Don't stop breathing.
What is up, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I got a slew of cards over the weekend, a lot of stuff for the binders, started Expedition, got some awesome pickups, and then to top it all off, a local storage unit find that is absolutely insane. A Wizards of the Coast era theme deck box, all intact, and I just can't believe I got my hands on it. So I'm going to show off everything here shortly. So quick weekend recap. Obviously, I did not make it to Dallas Collecticon. I had some flight issues. I made it to Charlotte Douglas Airport super early on Friday morning, about an hour and a half roughly before my flight took off. Took over an hour to get up to the TSA checkpoint. The line was the length of the entire building because they had probably 5 employees working. And then my bag got searched, which delayed me another 15 minutes because I had 2 stacks of Pokemon slabs in there. I'm assuming it just looked like bricks under the x-ray, and probably was a big red flag for a possible, I don't know, explosive device or something. Obviously, it was just Pokemon cards, but I had to wait in line for that. I told them my gate was about to close. They did not care, unfortunately, and they said they are going in order. Ran to my gate. The door shut probably 3 or 4 minutes beforehand. There was not a good flight alternative because so many people missed their flights Friday morning that the wait list for future flights was 30 to 40 people long, and then jumping actual planes or jumping companies was going to be about an $800 to $1,000 upcharge, and I just wasn't doing it. I could have flown out first thing Saturday morning and arrived in Dallas when Collecticon was starting, but I just kind of didn't want to even do that at that point. I was already sick of being at the airport, and I made the decision not to go. So I made the best of it. I got some awesome stuff over the weekend. So I want to jump into all of my pickups, where I'm at on the binders, and just kind of go from there. So in the piles here, nothing special in this pile. I always keep showing off the little fillers. These are just reverse holos for Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, Brilliant Stars. I'm getting really close to finishing my master sets on all of those. And I did actually need a couple cards for Silver Tempest as well. So got this Mawile V-Star Rainbow. They really do need to bring back the Rainbow cards as well. These cards just look so dope under the light, the way they just glimmer. So everything here is just going into the master sets. These two, I also made the decision to restart my best of game cards. I might finish both sets or both sides. I did not go with the winners to start with, and now I want to actually do the winners for the binder. So that's where we're at. I picked up 2 winner cards from the Pokeshop and Collectibles local here in my town. And this Electabuzz is sick. It's got a massive swirl on that bottom left side. So 2 more pickups, super cool. Got a slab that showed up in the mail on Saturday from my buddy JD, Rocket City Collector. He was running a claim sale. If you know, I've been saying it a bunch of times, I am trying to get every PSA 10 copy of every Sword and Shield Japanese alt art that exists. So kind of a tall feat. It's not that bad because a lot of these alt arts I'm picking up for 20, 30, 40 bucks each already slabbed. So you don't have to wait. You don't have to spend 18, 20 bucks for grading fees with shipping, and just find some good eBay sales. Snipe them, put watches on everything over the week. And in the last 30 seconds, if you can win them cheap, win them cheap. Stuff that goes too expensive, it's not meant to be. I just don't even go for it. So the Beedrill from Space Juggler, I love this card. It's probably my favorite alt art from Astral Radiance or Space Juggler, and the Japanese one just looks so good with all that texture on there. We started Expedition. I announced that in the last video, and I actually got a good bit of Expedition pickups over the weekend as well. So all of the non-holos, or the full stack besides the 2 rares I'm going to show last, all came from the Pokeshop and Collectibles. He had some laying in the binder, and I got, I think, every single Expedition card he had except one that was pretty well beat. So the Electabuzz, the Meowth, Reverse Geodude, Reverse Pharaoh, Reverse Arbok, And then we got 2 actual holos, Mewtwo and Alakazam. I will showcase both of those. Alakazam is card 1 for the set, so it's gonna be in the binder. It's gonna be on the first page, and this card just looks awesome. I picked up both of these in a trade from a local guy. I met him at the last adult trade night I went to at the actually at the Poke Shop and Collectibles, and he needed a ton of gym cards, gym heroes, and gym challenge, and I helped him out. I gave him 75, 78, somewhere in there. Commons, uncommons, unhollow rares, and in return, I got the Alakazam and the Mewtwo. So I thought it was an awesome trade. I instantly love these cards. They look so good under the light there. So the Alakazam is sick, and then the Mewtwo is obviously my favorite. Mewtwo is one of my favorite Pokemon, if not actually my favorite Pokemon. And this card right here looks hands down amazing. The swirl on it is sick on the bottom right corner there. And I'm just going to keep turning it in the light. It looks so good. This card is like perfect pickup. The condition, I would say, is kind of LP. There's a little bit of whitening there on the bottom corner. And there's like a little indentation there on the back side at the top of the card, if you can see that there in the light. But the front hollow on it, just like the Alakazam, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's not a scratch on it. There's nothing going on that I can see. It looks amazing. So those were my expedition pickups. I love them. This set is looking great already. It's a lot of cards. I've been through the entire set list, but it's just really cool picking these up because there's some of these cards I've never seen before. Like some of these arts, the Electabuzz, I think I've seen the Meowth, but like the Pharaoh, I definitely have seen the Arbok before in the past. But just picking them up and finding them and being like, okay, cool, this isn't something that you just see every day. You don't see a lot of e-reader cards in like trade binders out at events. Shops have a good bit of e-readers, but you see a lot more of the heavy hitters from like Skyridge and Aquapolis in the cases. Not so much the low end, the reverse hollows, the commons. So it's fun. It's fun finding cards that I don't see regularly. So those were all my expedition pickups. So let's get to the good part. Let's get to what I found. I didn't physically find it in a storage unit. Where this came from, I was sitting on Marketplace when I got home from the airport on Friday and was like, well, trying to figure out what did I need to do for a new video. And because my Monday video and my Thursday video for this week was going to be Collecticon coverage, I knew I was going to get a ton of it there, and plans changed. So I was just sitting on Marketplace, and I always search for, just type in Pokemon, and then I change it to posted most recently. And within the last hour, I saw a post, and it was pictures of 2 theme decks. And I was like, okay, these are cool. And it said like, it literally said storage unit find. And there was no price on it. I messaged the guy, and I was like, how much are they? And I'll talk all prices. I don't care. They said, the guy said $60 each for the theme decks. And he sent a picture, and he had 6 of them. So I was like, can you send me a couple close-up pictures? Because the pictures on the actual ad were super generic, or just not really good pictures. And I wanted to see the backside. I wanted to inspect the plastic, the cellophane, see if they're actually legit theme decks, or like not resealed and knockoffs. So he started sending me a bunch of pictures of them, front side, back side, got a picture with the original box. I was like, okay, wait, are they all in the box? And then he sent me more side pics. Ended up getting them, obviously. What they are the fossil theme decks with the J-hooks on them. The J-hooks are a lot more uncommon than the other theme decks without them. Those boxes came from Pokemon in like an actual decorated box, not these cardboard boxes, these shipping boxes. And I think there was 8 in those theme decks, 6 in these. So it's all fossil. It's 2 separate theme decks here. Open it up, show the side view. They look so good. He ended up giving me a deal for buying all 6. I asked for that and got there, inspected them. They look legit. I'm gonna slide them out carefully. I'm trying not to rip any of the plastic. They are in mint shape. All right, so original box. I don't know if it really adds a ton of value because it is an open container, and he said it was. He didn't physically open it either. I did ask that, and I just think it's a cool piece being sealed all together. So what we have, Bodyguard and Lockdown. So these were the two fossil decks that were available back then, and what they included, I'll just do one at a time here. So Bodyguard with the coughing on the front, they both include 60 cards. It's the pre-built theme decks. You have a coin in there. The damage counters, if you remember those, are like the old little like rock pebbles that you put in planners, is what they look like. And the rule book. So the Bodyguard boxes have holographic mucks in them. And for the other ones, the Lockdown, the Magmar, I think this is the sticker box with Magmar on the front. And the backside has same everything, but you have a holographic Lapras in them. So there's 3 of each in the piles here. All the sides, everything just looks amazing on these boxes. I think this is a super cool pickup. I don't really know what I'm going to do with them yet. I might keep one of each. I have, if you can see behind me there, that case. I have a lot of theme decks in them. I have both Rockets from both eras, actually Team Rocket Returns and the original Team Rocket ones. I have a Squirtle one. I just have multiple different theme decks. But keeping a pair of these would be dope. Otherwise, my options are try to sell them as a whole or keep them as a whole, one or the other, in the original box and just keep it as a piece of history because it looks so good completed in the box. Not even on display, just sealed up and with that side shot, looks really awesome. And then otherwise I might part them all out, sell them individually. I did post them on my Instagram the other day and I had so many people, probably 5 or 10 people reach out just wanting to buy individual boxes. I might do that, I might not. I just want to kind of sit on for a minute and make a decision, but at least show them off as something that you just don't see every day. You don't see this come out of a storage unit. It's so cool that he found it, and just, he's a flipper. He had over 100 Facebook posts or current active sales from storage units. This was the only thing he had from Pokemon, and he asked me a lot of questions. He's like, why do people buy these? Why do people like these? He's like, it's 25-year-old cards. And he knew that it had some type of monetary value because they were still sealed in box, but he didn't just know that the community was there or just the cult following was there for Pokemon, and that so many people were interested in it. Within the hour, so I found the ad, I messaged him, we made a deal. He was 15 minutes from my house. I instantly got in the truck and met up with him, paid him cash, and he was getting messages for people wanting to pay more than the original price that he had claimed. I think because he said the $60 and he was going, oh, I'll pay $75. While I was there, he was getting messages. So I bought him quick. I put him in my truck. We made the deal. I couldn't be more thrilled, but I just definitely wanted to show everyone what I found because you'll probably never see another box like this. I tried to find sealed pictures and everything, and there just wasn't a lot of information online of pictures of this exact box. The other box with the original 8 decks is what I saw the most of, but this is just a super unique piece with those J-hooks. The J-hooks, like I was saying, is the actual hook right there in the back, so you can have multiple boxes stacked up on a display piece. So yeah, that's it. I thought it was a sick find from a local storage unit. He took my number down. I told him if he ever finds anything more Pokemon related in any of these units to call me immediately and I will just buy whatever the heck it is sight unseen. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Again, I hope everyone had a great weekend. If you were at Dallas Collecticon, I hope you had the best of times. I am going to make it to multiple Collecticons this year, so it's not a huge loss not being able to make it. Definitely bummed not being able to see people over the weekend. I already had the Airbnb lined up with a bunch of buddies. We were supposed to hang out, have drinks, so we'll see them all again this year, and we will see you on Thursday.
Don't stop.